Hello again everybody on YouTube. This is David again, back with another video. Today we're talking about the Acebeam K70. It's the one that says bad motherfucker. And that it is. This here has the new XHP-35 HI for high intensity. And basically it's this light as a thrower light, and even high lumen light, you know, kind of moves into new territory. What we've had before, Nightcore came out with this other one a while back, over a year now, but like relatively new still. This one's a couple months old, K70, and this guy is what, 4,000 lumens with 700 meters throw, and this one is not as many lumens as 2,800 lumens. But you get, with 2,800 lumens, you get 1,300 meters of throw from this single Cree XHP-35 HI chip. And the XHP-35, I have a data sheet here. It's max power 13 watts, and I'm going to compare with the XPL, a Cree XPL, and the XPL max power is 10 watts. So you're looking at 10 watts versus 13 watts. So they're not too far apart, but when you look at lumens at max light output, with that 10 watts, it's 1,150 lumens for the XPL, and with the XHP-35 at 13 watts is going up from 1,150 on the XPL. We're looking at 1,833. So it's this one's a lot more efficient. It handles power much more efficiently, and as the watt numbers go up, you'll see the lumen numbers go up in much larger denominations than most any other chips that are out right now. Like for example, the XPL, which is relatively new and a very popular chip used for flashlights. So this one here, you know, 1,833 lumens at 13 watts. So this one's overdriven because it's 2,800 lumens. So this one's probably like 30 watts or something like that. Because as you go past that number, then you start to lose your efficiency. So you're not gaining, the denomination starts to lessen as you increase, and then you have issues. You know, you have other factors to deal with, like heat. And you know, thermal dynamics, because these start to lose. They also lose ground when they get too hot, and they don't run as efficiently from heat. The energy is dispersed as heat rather than light. So the heat needs to be pulled away from the LED chip. If it gets too hot, then you'll start damaging the chip, and that of course is bad too. But this thing is just a badass flashlight. When you see it outside, it's like a helicopter spotlight, but it's just you standing there shining this thing, you know, down the street or down the park or along the river or down into the lake, looking at fish or something, whatever it is, looking across some hills. This thing just lights it up like a helicopter spotlight. You know, it's really, you really feel a sense of big force of light coming off the end of your hand when you got this sucker. So I picked mine up. I got it from a place, hkequipment.net, and they seem to be first to come out with new Acebeam products, and then they seem to have the best price too, because the other ones had it for, I think it was $199, and then at HK Equipment, they were the only place that had it at $189. And they even have on eBay, they have an HK Equipment eBay member where you can shoot your best offer. And I wish they would do it on their website, allow you to shoot your best offer on the website, because fuck eBay with their shit. They suck. But anyways, you know, that's just my, you know, I use eBay anyways. As I'm sure many of us do. So you know, they offer it up on eBay, hkequipment.net. You can buy it directly off their site, but I don't think they have the best offer, which they should probably do. Don't give that money to eBay. Why should they get more and more of your money. Anyway, looking at some of the other lights I have, like here's the Acebeam T20, and then I have the M3xs UT Javelot, and these are some big performer thrower lights that came out recently. 1,000 meters each of these. These use the XPL, but these are like, one of them is 1,300, about 1,300 lumens, and then we have about 1,100 lumens on the other, and here we're looking at 2,800 lumens. And this is a big light. It doesn't have the buttons on it, which is kind of nice because it's got a nice manual feel to it, and you turn the ring one way, it's going down. You turn the ring the other way, it's going up. And when you have that little button and you're there and you start pushing, half the time you're invariably going to get to that point where you're like, what the fuck am I doing with this fucking thing, and it's just like, it's turning up, it's turning to turbo, you're trying to turn it off, and you want it to go to turbo, and it turns on, those little buttons get confusing. And I like this because you always know where you're at with this ring. It's just like, bam, from standby. And then we have a tail clicky for the hard off, to shut it, completely off, as opposed to standby, which has a extremely minimal power draw, but it is there. And also you can't accidentally, twist this if it's in a bag or whatever and have it go on. So we're going to take this thing outside. I'm going to bring some other flashlights outside. We'll compare it. I've got the Acebeam K60, and this one's the K70. So we'll look at this is the XHP-70. It's a big lumen. This is like almost 5,000 lumens. It's more like 4,500. But this one cannot throw nearly the way this one can. This one here is like 700, 800 meters or something like that, whereas this is 1,300 meters. So this will have more light, but this is going to go, get out there. And then we'll look at some of the older ones I have, a through night. And I'll just bring a few of these outside, and then we can compare what this does in relation to what these other ones have been, that have come out, are doing. All right, let's hit it. Okay, so I have some numbers here real quick. Nothing more boring than fetching numbers. But before we get started, running on turbo with the K70 on LGHE2s, 2,500 milliamps, ran for an hour and 20 minutes, and they went down to 3.3 volts from 4.2. And then LG 3,500 milliamp batteries, high drain. I forget which spec number they are, but they're the 3,500 milliamp high drain, and I ran them down to 3.4 volts, and it took an hour and 40 minutes. And then the NCR 18650B Panasonic's 3,400 milliamp ran down to 3.4 volts, and an hour and 40 minutes it took to do that. So that out of the way, here we got compare some lights, and right here I have, whoops, some of these guys, and we'll just take each of these and stack it up against the K70. The tripod back up. All right, so grab one. Let's see, what do we have here? This is the through night TN31 V2, and then we got the K70. TN31. Let's see. K70. And then next we'll have the Acebeam T20. And a K70. Again, the T20. K70. And here we have the Olight M3x UT Java. Green as ever. K70. Again, the Olight M3x. And with all of these so far, you can see how many more. You really see the lumen difference. All right, and then here's a M3x Triton, I think it's called. This is a XML2 light, but it's kind of a thrower. That's what this is. But this is the 1200 lumen version, so it's the brightest one they made of this light. Right, and we got the Nightcore, what is it? Nightcore TM16, and this is kind of a flood throw orientation thing. Acebeam K70, and the Nightcore TM16. Right, K70. So last but not least, we have the Acebeam, and then I'm gonna make another video. This is an XHP-70 light, and I got 3 other XHP-70 lights I want to compare with this Acebeam K60. So those are the mystery ones. So stay tuned. I'm gonna make another video with these XHP-70 lights and talk a little bit about them and price, because the other ones are significantly cheaper. But the Acebeam, it comes out on top by a fair margin. So here's K70, and then here's K60. And the K60 is, let's turn this way, much more high lumen flutter, but it still gets out there really pretty far. A lot more lumens. The K60 is close to 5,000 lumens, and we're looking at 2,800. But the K70 can't light up those treetops as well. I mean, the K60 compared to the K70. All right, so that concludes the review of the K70. And remember, fuck eBay. Don't give them your money, even though you have to because there's no other choice. But all right, you guys, thanks. Please like the video, and stay tuned. Thank you.